What's up, guys? This video is on Adderall and how Adderall can decrease your sex drive, how Adderall can literally kill your sex life. I've been on Adderall most of my life, and there are plus sides and negative sides to Adderall. And one is there is a way that it can definitely affect your sex life. And this is what it's like, and this is how it does it. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. What's up, guys? My name is Eric. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I'm none of that. I'm diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, MDD, level 1 autism, lost a wife and a father to suicide. I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. I share a lot out of my personal experiences because my whole goal is just that nobody goes through life alone. This video is on how Adderall can decrease and kill your sex drive. It really can. So through the trial and error of Adderall, I'm on 10 milligrams now in the morning and I'm on 10 milligrams in the afternoon. It can destroy, though, your sex drive. It can destroy your sex life. And it's something that a lot of times we don't realize and understand, because when you hear of stimulants, a lot of times you hear of stimulants and how it can make you almost extremely hypersexual and not hyposexual. Well, Adderall can also make you hyposexual. So it ruins and destroys that sex drive. And pretty much I have went through that at different phases of my trial and error when it came to Adderall. What I found out from my personal experience is if I didn't hit the right dosage of Adderall, it killed my libido and it killed my desire to have sex because it made me hyper-focused. So on too much Adderall, if I was taking, when I did my trial and error, at one point I was on like 60 milligrams of Adderall a day, and then I was at 40 milligrams of Adderall a day. I am so focused on different projects, different things, that I become hypo-focused. I'm focused in, this one project and nothing else matters to me. And that means sex, and that means just even libido-wise. I have no desire to have sex because I am focused in on this one project. It literally ruins your sex life because you don't even realize in your brain that you might not be having this intimate time with your partner because you're so fixated on doing this project or doing these projects. And then when the day is done, you're going to sleep and you're waking up and you're not really stopping and taking time and going, okay, I'm missing this intimate side of my relationship because you're so just hyper-focused in on different things. The other part of it too is that it can kill your libido is because you are so hyper-focused. Even when it does come time to having sex, you start to really get lost in your brain. You're not living that moment. You're not connecting truly with your partner because your brain is fixated on different things. And next thing you know, it's hard to get it up. I mean, face it, let's call it what it is. When I had too much Adderall, it was hard to get it up because I would all of a sudden in the middle of having sex, I'm going, hey, you know what? I need to go fix this, or I want to go do this project, and I lose all interest in sex. So in a sense, it gives you like an ED effect because you're not going to get it up. You're not aroused. You're not turned on because you are so fixated on other projects, other things than living in that moment. That's one of the things with Adderall that a lot of people don't share about is that it can ruin that sex drive of yours because you're constantly thinking about something else in the moment that you're in. And it's hard to get connection in that moment. It's hard to have that connection looking in your partner's eyes or kissing your partner or spending time and touching your partner because your brain is literally wandering off different places on getting motivated almost on to do this one project next that you're trying to get it over with. The next thing too is when it's not working, you start to get really frustrated. Your brain becomes just focused in on that it's not working correctly. So you start to stress out, you start to get angry, and it can just ruin your sex life. It can ruin your connection with it. And sometimes your partner doesn't understand, and you may not understand. A lot of times we don't realize that the meds that we take of how it affects our sex drive. There are some meds that will increase your sex drive, and there's some meds that will decrease your sex drive. And that's where we're all different. It's very, very big trial and error on this. When I took too much Adderall, ruin my sex drive because I can get really frustrated with myself very easily. And if I get focused in on those negative thoughts of myself of why isn't this working? Why am I not enjoying this? This is just a waste of time. I'd get very angry. I'd get frustrated. My partner could feel the frustration. They're not getting their needs and wants met in the relationship. I have no needs and wants in that area because I'm so focused in on other things that I'm missing out on something that's actually really important in a relationship. And it's truly devastating. If you haven't ever shared that with your psychiatrist or psychologist, whoever it is that you go see that helps regulate the medicine that you're on, or that whoever you're more open to, your psychiatrist is who's going to be prescribing the meds. Psychologists, though, I found, will listen a lot more and help you come up with different coping tools for it. You got to be open with them about it because if you and your partner are not having a healthy sex life, next thing you know, your relationship isn't healthy. Next thing you know, you have that added stress and that added trouble at home. And what does that do? It causes anxiety, it causes depression, it causes so many different areas of our life to start failing that next thing you know, we're in a bad position in life. And a lot of times it can be the meds that are tools to make our lives so much easier. So when we are hyper focused on everything else but being intimate, it's devastating. You got to have those talks with your partner. Even if you're starting meds and Adderall's one of those meds with your partner, let them know, hey, this could really boost my sex drive, or this could really kill my sex drive. And so we have to communicate, we have to talk. It's one of those times that you have to be really open about with your partner, with the meds that you're taking, because your partner starts to always take it in that it's them, that you're not attracted to them, that they're not enough for you, that you've lost interest in them. And if you don't have that communication, everybody starts having these own conversations in their heads, not realizing that it's meds that are actually affecting it. I went through a really bad stretch with Adderall when I was doing a higher dosage of them of, you know what, I did not have a healthy sex life. Sex meant absolutely nothing to me. Very hard to get it up. I mean, they can counteract them and they can prescribe you drugs for ED like Cialis or Viagra. So there's balances that they can do, but at a certain point, you're taking so many different medications that it just starts to really mess with your system a lot. But be careful and be open with your partner when you are taking these meds on how they can affect your sex drive, how they can affect your relationship. And it's a huge misconception a lot of times that Adderall is going to just massively increase your sex drive. There's a huge side of it that can actually decrease your sex drive and ruin your sex drive because you lose all interest in sex. You literally hyper focus on so many other things than being intimate with your partner. It becomes something that's not important to you. Now your partner feels that they're not important to you. And let's face it, that's one of the times that we truly connect with our partner on a different level. And it's something that is very healthy to have in a relationship. And if we start missing out on that in a relationship, the worst part of all is we don't communicate it. And now we all think it's our fault and it's us and they don't like us and they're not happy. So now we're not happy. And as soon as your relationship starts to crumble, and I can tell you this, when you're really trying to do that trial and error with meds, if you're not open about it and that relationship starts crumbling, it makes the trial and error so much more difficult because nobody is communicating at all to find out what areas in your relationship that it's affecting, along with what it's affecting in your brain. So Adderall is a very, very positive drug. I've been on it for a very long time. I have lots and lots of benefits to it, but it does have some negative side effects to it. And that's one of the side effects that a lot of people don't share about. I'm really open about this stuff because it is my thing that nobody goes through life alone. I'm a huge fan of trial and error. Comment down below. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions of how medication has affected you for the positive or for the negative. SSRIs, like antidepressants, are very well known for ruining sex drives. When it comes to ADHD meds, it's something that a lot of people aren't super duper open about. It can ruin your sex life too. So comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button. And it's about sharing our experiences, letting sure that nobody goes through life alone. Because one of the worst things that you can do, especially experiencing this, is feeling like you're going through life alone, that nobody understands that it is you, that it's only you. And next thing you know, it affects so many people around you. And the worst thing is that you truly feel alone. And then life becomes even more of a struggle. So no matter what you're going through, remember this, that you matter, that you got this. And just don't give up. Because what you're going through, it gets better.